we just finished talking about the massive, massive stimulus bill passed by the House and the Senate and signed by President Trump, $2.2 trillion. And of course, we talked about many of the wasteful items in there, or at least items completely unrelated to the coronavirus emergency in our country, including money to things like Corporation for Public Broadcasting, Kennedy Center, all sorts of just completely irrelevant things, irrelevant to the coronavirus. That bill no longer, the ink was barely dry in President Trump's signature, as they say, and there's another bill being cooked up inside Congress, another spending bill. The odd thing to keep in mind is all of this spending is to rescue America from the damage to the economy posed by the coronavirus. But it's not really the coronavirus that has damaged the economy. It is the government's reaction to the coronavirus that has damaged the economy. It is the government shutdown of non-essential businesses, of people's lives. And so you have business shutdown, you have millions of Americans who are making claims for unemployment because they don't have a paycheck that they need. So the government created the problem that hurt the economy. Now the government is spending money by passing bills to give people money to make up for the damage that they caused. And the only money the government has, as we've said many times on the show, it's important to tell people because some people still don't know this, the government has no money. The government never has had any money. Government does not earn money. Every time the government promises to pay money, they're saying, don't worry, citizens of America, we're going to tax your wealthy friends, tax corporations, take their money away or give it to you. Or put another way, they're just giving you back your own money. That's all the government ever can do is give you back your own money. So we had a massive expenditure, a massive bill, 2.2 trillion, that was to deal with the damage to the economy. The government's paying to deal with the damage to the economy they caused. And then on top of that, you have now in Washington discussion about the next bill. So this will be the fourth bill that should or may come out of Congress or is intended to come out of Congress related to coronavirus. Well, the good news was that some members of the U.S. House, now you're not surprised, I'm sure, to understand, Republican members of the U.S. House sent a letter to President Trump. And honest to goodness, folks, in many, many media outlets, you saw no coverage of this, no coverage at all, unless the coverage is about just predicting and prognosticating disaster and death and suffering and ruin. It holds no interest to the media. But I want to tell you about this. First of all, one of the people who orchestrated it inside Congress is Congressman Andy Biggs from Arizona. This is what they did. They sent a letter to President Trump, a brilliant letter spelling out to President Trump the basic notion that we don't even know yet what impact the last bill we just passed will have. We don't even know if the previous 2.2 trillion bill, the money isn't even spent yet. We don't even know how it's going to help people. We don't know where the economy is going to be in a few weeks. Let's not do this. Hold off. The basic gist of their letter to President Trump was hold off until we see the impact on the economy that will flow from and it's called the CARES Act, C-A-R-E-S is the acronym used for the $2.2 trillion bill. But the letter was signed, as I say, Congressman Andy Biggs spearheaded it. Numerous conservatives in Washington backed it. And they are actually urging him to stand against additional requests already being circulated for a rushed fourth and even fifth phase of relief. Most of the relief funding from phase 2 and phase 3, the letter points out to President Trump, has not even been distributed yet. So this is monopoly money to start with. We're already massively in debt. We're just printing money. It's like printing monopoly money. And they're saying, hold off. Let's see how we do. So the letter is really brilliant. I won't read it to you, but you can read it on our website, americacanwetalk.org. On the homepage, under shows, drop down list of links. Read the letter yourself and consider, if you like a little bit of activism, during this time that you're stuck at home, consider sending an email or making a phone call to the offices of all of these individual members of Congress. Consider saying thank you for speaking up for fiscal sanity. Thank you for not letting the Democrats further exploit this coronavirus crisis. The people who signed it, I can't read all of them. There are 22 members of Congress who signed it. I mentioned Andy Biggs. I must, of course, have mentioned Chip Roy, fabulous congressman from the great state of Texas, a leading conservative in Congress, even though he's only in his first term, who's been on the show before, of course. Ron Wright been on the show before. He signed it. Jody Heiss, I believe we have him coming up next week. Louis Gohmert been on the show before. The serious conservatives in Congress, Jim Jordan, of course, naturally Ken Buck, jumped to sign this. The point of my first 5 days, commend it, not just because they're making a brilliant and yet common sense point, but because in the era of virus shaming, to use the expression that we heard from Dr. Everett Piper a couple of days ago on my show, we are seeing people in Congress willing to challenge the hysterical reaction to the coronavirus in our country, even though you have to know it will bring them wrath, ridicule from the Democrat media mob, the Democrats in Washington, the media that just dutifully reports everything the Democrats want them to say. The Democrat media mob will attack everyone who dares to say, we're spending kind of crazy here. We're spending more than we have. We don't even have enough money to be doing this. So it was brave and bold for them to send this letter to President Trump. Plus, it gives President Trump a little bit of leeway, a little bit of room to say, you know what? Not everyone's on board with this. We have the people, the 22 members of Congress who signed this, represent districts around this country who are actually very concerned about this bonanza of spending in Washington over the coronavirus, and we don't even know yet how long it will be a huge problem. We don't know how long this shutdown will last. In fact, people advocating for this spending are probably people who intend to have this coronavirus disaster unfolding in our country and intend to have the police state tactics being engaged in by our country, intend to have those in place as long as they possibly can. People who expect the virus, the shutdown, the police state actions in our country to last for months and months, of course they think we better pass another spending bill because they're not going to let people work for months and months and months. This, my friends, as I've been talking about in the show, must be something more people speak up for and say. We cannot agree to the shutdown of the American economy, the indefinite shutdown of the American economy. We, the people, need to be the ones standing up. We need to help our leaders lead. We need to be the leaders, telling our elected officials, we know you're the leaders. You need to follow our lead. We're telling you to let America work again. Speaking of which, I have a petition called Let America Work Again. It is at my website, americacanwetalk.org, or you can just go on and at that site, americacanwetalk.org, in the top left of the blog portion, it says sign a petition. You click on that, it reads, it gives you a link to the petition. So if you want Americans to get back to work, I urge you to go there and sign that petition. The entire purpose is not to dictate exactly the terms, the dates, the precise method we'll use, is to send the message of President Trump. The American people are with you. We agree. We want to go back to work. And that, my friends, is today's First Five.